tonight, right after pot of gold, taking a little more comedy with Wings and the John Larroquette Show. Then the Gremlins are back with a new batch in Gremlins 2.
Two for 66, 25 to Jones, Ayres 21. Ayres seems to have had a lot of the strike, David.
That's quite right there, Gordon. He's faced 48 balls in this partnership, while Jones has faced 24. So clearly, Ayres is shielding Jones from the strike. Jones still not well. So hopeful perhaps that he'll recover overnight and play a dominant role tomorrow. But Ayres is shielding Jones from the strike. There's no doubt about that at all.
Oh, Mac, well bowled.
No comments needed. Get them from Nielsen. Yeah. If he pitches the next one slightly outside the leg stump, makes him play it, and we get a nick. Bounce too much, well fielded. Blewett, yes, the third string to his bow. Bats, he bowls, and he feels so well. No longer. What was... Let's get that quote again in a minute. McIntyre again. From Jeff Hammond earlier. He's no longer just a contributor. This is Blewett. He said he's now a match winner. It's the high praise from the coach to Greg Blewett, young man of 23. Bright cricket future. It's a good shot. Nicely fielded. So I was looking at that. No, it was Johnson. I was looking for the left-arm throw. Not at all.
We've mentioned how quick Johnson is in the field. That throw just missed the stumps. It would have been touch and go had it been a direct hit. It brings Jones to the strike. McIntyre's enjoying bowling to Jones. Jones is a beautiful player of spin. He uses his feet, but he's not well. This time he comes down the track, tries to punch it through the covers, but didn't time it. Blewett returns the ball, and we talk about Blewett being a match winner. He's 4 for 39 in New South Wales' first innings, and he's 2 for 18 in the second. Really set South Australia up that wonderful victory. There's Dean Jones' season. Wonderful year. That's the over. 1 run from the over as Victoria advanced now to 2 for 66.
Jones 25, Ayres 22.
Ball been good, mate.
I was surprised just now when I watched Johnson throw. I was surprised because I didn't think it could have been him, because he threw right-handed. I'm sure he threw with his right, and earlier in the day pinged one back beautifully with the left arm. He's a left-handed batsman. I thought he threw left-handed. Well, he does throw left-handed. That's safe. They're straight into the fence. Very short. Just step back, watch it again. Thank you, he said. Out into the untenanted outfield. For 4. So he moves ahead of Dean Jones, taking most of the strike.
Ayres is 26. Now, Dean Jones, who's on 25, was 19 when Warren Ayres came to the crease.
Bowled.
There's the encouragement again from Nielsen. That was a very good ball after a loose one, the one before. It's an indication that while Jones has scored 6 runs, Ayres has scored 26.
Yes, swept that one well. Much better than the attempted sweep earlier in the innings by Hodge, who was bowled around his legs by McIntyre. 72 for the loss of 2 wickets. Elliott without scoring, Hodge for 18. Still plenty of runs left in this pitch. The good one by Les Burdett. Plenty there for the batsman, and a little bit there still for the bowlers.
Ball, man, good,
Yes.
mate.
5 off the over, 2 for 72.
31 overs bowled. Dean Jones 25, Ayres on 27. Ayres dominating the attack, shielding Jones from the strike. This again is Ayres. McIntyre. Ayres lets that go through to Nielsen. It's a wonderful year, Peter McIntyre. In line for selection for the West Indies. And with his bowling performance of 5 for 85 in the first innings. 22 wickets for the year. An average 21 wickets at 22. Not a bad effort.
Bowling good, matey.
There's 5 on the offside, 4 on the leg side with George. Keep on the fence. Roughly square leg. One man close in, Siddons on slip. Yes, not prepared to take any risks at this stage. 25 minutes before stumps. Two for 72. Oh, that was wide. Very wide. Smile on McIntyre's face. So I can bowl better than that. And he can. And he has. Oh, it's a bit short. Paid the penalty. Did you see Siddons go to ground? 4 off that over. 2 for 76. Ashley Mallett used to enjoy long spells with the ball. He's enjoyed a couple of long stints today, but he's back to join David Mackay.
Thank you, Gordon. And Minagall to continue from the river end, bowling his left-arm spinners. And Jones got down there, got it on the full and couldn't put it away. South Australia in the box seat.
No doubt about that. They were 209 ahead on the first innings. Minagall. Jones comes down the wicket, and Matthew Minagall has been a handy bowler this year. He picked up 7 for 152 in the first innings against Tasmania in the opening match of the season. Followed that up with 4 for 111 in the second innings.
Which was a great comeback after getting none for 160 against the same team in the last game last year. Terrific turnaround. But a promising young bowler. Just needs to get his top spinning leg break going. Should enjoy bowling to Jones. It gives the spinner a real chance. Gets down the track and always a chance to knock him over. Mind you, there's always a chance of getting smashed around, but it makes for good cricket. Ayres on 31. He's played pretty well. Warren Ayres. Jones, well, he's unwell, but he's still batting pretty well.
Ayres needs a big innings. 15 in the first innings. That followed up his 4 and 14 previous match against WA. He really does need a big innings here. That's a full toss, a rank full toss, and it's dispatched. They'll get 2. Jones coming back, and they're just cantering through for the 2. 3 runs from that over. Victoria now 2 for 79.
33 overs have gone. Victorian second innings, 2 for 79, having been asked to follow on after being bundled out for 315. The man who did most of the bundling was this man, Peter McIntyre, bowling his leg breaks from the scoreboard end. 5 for 85 off 36 overs. It was a terrific effort. Seems to be tiring a bit now, Peter McIntyre. It's well run.
South Australia pretty well served with spinners. Tim May, of course, Peter McIntyre, Matthew Minagall, And even Dean Marsh, who we saw a bit of last year, but we haven't seen a great deal of him at all this year, actually.
Yeah, well, Daniel Marsh plays in the one-dayers. He's bowled very well in the one-day games. And we may see him back against Victoria early in the new year, one-day match. A few other good young spinners around the place. Scott Moody, the Woodville leg spinner, hasn't got a lot of wickets this year, Scott, but he got 64 not out the other day. It's good to see a spinner down the list batsman getting a few runs. Tim Hoffman from Glenelg had a pretty good year last year. Then he went to Canberra, leg spinner. He's back with Glenelg this year. And he's got a lot of runs, but he hasn't got too many wickets. So there's a few spinners in the fringe that
So McIntyre again. Or wide down the leg side, but the ball spun back appreciably. Jones just let it pass.
I'd like to see McIntyre come around the wicket again to Jones. It made him do something different. Jones was taking his stance up outside the leg stump. Certainly bowling the right line to Jones, around about middle leg. 3 from the over. It's 2 for 82. Jones on 28. Ayres on 34. Been a change in the bowling. And James Brayshaw did pretty well with the bat, 134 not out, and perhaps Jamie Siddons reckons, well, you're in form with the bat, perhaps you'll have a bit of luck with the ball.
He's bowled in 2 matches this year. None for 5 off 2 overs against Tasmania, and none for 35 off 9 overs against Queensland. Didn't bowl against New South Wales, WA or England. He bowls right arm medium. And Jamie Siddons perhaps hoping to buy a wicket.
Well, usually he bowls quite tidily. He's fairly straight. The thing about James Brayshaw, if you make the fatal mistake of playing for swing or cut, you'll be in trouble because they usually come straight through.
Field is set. First slip, third slip, gully. Point, cover, mid-off, mid-on. A wideish mid-wicket and a backward square. Still quite attacking. That one's right on the stumps. It's just peeled away by Jones behind square. Wigney, the fieldsman. Good arm, right over the wickets.
Victorians have fought back pretty well, given that the premier opener, Matthew Elliott, was out for a duck. He really is a top-class opening bat. Brad Hodge has been really out of sorts. He's out for 18. Out of sorts in terms of his health, suffering from gastroenteritis, and also in terms of form. So this pair and Jones, who is also unwell with gastroenteritis and tonsillitis. Good shot. I look for at least 2. And McIntyre in pursuit, they might look for 3. No, that's all they wait for. So good fielding there.
And don't forget, we hope to take you back at 10:20 tomorrow morning to the Sydney Cricket Ground, the 3rd test between Australia and England. But should rain prevail again and play cannot get underway in the morning session, remember that we will be here at Adelaide Oval, bring you the final day's action in this match.
Whichever way it goes, it's going to be good viewing.
Well, I think you can't lose, really. England and Australia is always well watched, and I think the final day of this match will be gripping. And if you had thoughts of what to do tomorrow and you happen to be on holidays, I think Adelaide Oval wouldn't be a bad spot to be, given the likely outcome of this match. Jones will be batting aggressively. Brayshaw again on the River Torrens end, right on line. The question is asked by Tim Nielsen, Nobody else bothered to appeal. 3 runs from that over, and Victoria 2 for 85.
After 35 overs, 2 for 85. A change from the scoreboard end. They've perhaps swapping ends for McIntyre and Minagall with James Brayshaw's little military mediums. Minagall to bowl over the wicket from the scoreboard end. It's not a bad idea just to change ends and see what happens. Jones on 29.
Final 10 or so minutes of this match. Jones will be watching everything like a hawk. He'll be intent on being there tomorrow morning, as will Warren Ayres. Minagall digs this one in. Jones leans back and crashes it through the covers. That's 4 runs. The Victorian skipper has just given himself a bit of width and punched it beautifully out to the cover fence for 4.
It was a pretty ordinary ball, short and wide of off stump. It sat up, it said hit me. Jones obliged. Placement and timing perfect. See you later. That's 4. Dean Jones might be crook, but he's still hitting him pretty well. This is a vital session for him and Victoria. It's absolutely imperative that these 2 Victorian batsmen hang in there if they've got any chance at all in saving this match. McIntyre 1 for 39. George, the other wicket taker.
Ball took a little bit of spin. Jones on 33. That's exactly the same figure that he made in the first innings. He's made 14 runs since Ayres came to the wicket. This one's forward. The question asked, not out. Set up by Reiffel. And Ayres has made 36 runs, while Jones has added 14 in this partnership.
There's a little bit of turn there for Minagall. It was a good delivery. And that's another good delivery. Well played, well bowled, good over. 4 runs from the over, 2 for 89. 2 for 89, Jones on 33, Ayres on 36, and that's after 36 overs. So it's been a long, hard haul for Victoria. James Brayshaw.
Oh, Brad.
On 9. Bowling with quite an attacking field for the type of bowler that he is. And now even more attacking when Johnson coming up to silly mid-off. Another maiden delivery. It's amazing, David. He doesn't look like beating the bat, but doesn't look like beating the middle of the bat. But yet, on such occasions, sometimes player gets a wicket. The glorious uncertainty.
Brayshaw again. This time, elects for a bit of width. Dispatched through the covers. Now, Johnson was brought in from the cover. The ball was full and wide, and Ayres really just struck out, hit it on the volley, was definitely overpitched.
Like batting against the bowling machine. You know where they're going to come, a nice and gentle pace, half volley. Good batting practices.
The thing about Brayshaw is that he is pretty much up and down. Can be handy in one-day matches, because he does tend to bowl online. He bowls a reasonable length, but I feel that with Victoria putting the shutters up pretty much, well, Jamie Siddons certainly won't be left dying asking the question. He's given everything a go today. His spinners have had a good run. Blewett's had a run. George and Wigney have both had a belt at it. Brayshaw's been given a go. The only one he hasn't perhaps given a go to is Nobesy.
Yes, I can understand him perhaps not bowling Nobesy, but Wigney only bowled 5 overs. A bit expensive, conceded 6. But James Brayshaw just doesn't look like getting past the middle of the bat unless they let him go. But you never know.
Hey, go with it. Come on.
Bit of width. 4 from the over. It's 2 for 93. The 2 men out, Elliott, and he's a fine left-hand opening batsman, Matthew Elliott. 66 in the first dig, and the second dig, not quite so many.
This is how he was dismissed. The first over, George took 2 bites at the cherry, but finally got it. Elliott coming forward driving, and George diving low to his right. 2 bites of that, got it. 1 for none, Victoria.
Jolly beauty, 1 for none. And poor old Brad Hodge, that's the 4th time Peter McIntyre has knocked him over. First time he's bowled him. It's, down all round the legs, just fractionally the outside leg stump, hitting the middle stump. And it's back with Minagall.
At that stage, Victoria were 2 for 38. This partnership has advanced to 94.
Yes, it's been a good battle by Dean Jones, who is not only battling the SA attack, but he's also battling illness. Very courageous man. Got a double century in Madras in 1986 when he was severely fatigued. He's got plenty of courage, plenty of ability, and he'll battle it right out. It'll take a lot to winkle him out. He was out for 33 in the first innings. He's not out 34 here. Ayres has batted very well for his 40. And one thing about the Vics, David, they do fight. They know how to fight, all right.
Well, they love a fight, don't they? They love their sportsmen. They love their sporting contests. Victorians have it ingrained into them in early age.
Oh, my God.
It makes them so difficult to beat, and that's why when South Australia beats them, it's so much sweeter.
Yes, indeed. We admire their fighting spirit. Good delivery, that one. And pretty well played. Matthew Minagall, left arm unorthodox spin. Good delivery, that one. That was the top spinning leggy. Little bit of loop. Needs to bowl those more consistently. Just the leg by there. South Australia well on top, but they still have to bowl well and feel well to winkle out the next 8 batsmen. Little bit of gardening. The umpire really should tell the batsman to get on with it, because it's nothing other than wasting time. That's Minagall. Another good delivery. It's the end of Minagall's over. It's 1 run from it at 2 for 95.
Victoria were chasing South Australia's 8 declared for 524. It was a big target. South Australia batted very well in the first innings. They had 4 century makers. Blewett got 112, Nobes 110, Lehmann 100. Brayshaw was left on 134, not out. 8 for 524 declared. Was a wonderful effort. Victoria, in reply, were all out for 315. 209 runs in arrears. They needed 375 to avoid the follow-on. Elliott with 66, and Reiffel 1 short of his half century, were probably the best of the Victorian batsmen. And here in the second innings, Elliott was out for a duck. Hodge bowled McIntyre for 18. Jones not out 34, and Ayres not out 40. So it presents us with a wonderful day's play tomorrow. And Johnson, well, we mentioned Nobes, but we forgot about Johnson. So final over of the day being bowled by Ben Johnson.
Yeah, that's not a bad move by the captain to bring on Ben Johnson, because you never know. Anything can happen. Certainly the batsman wouldn't have seen him bowl before. So very much the last hurrah. And a tidy first up delivery. A little bit of bounce there for young Johnson.
Pretty impressive in his first match. He got 56 and 28 against New South Wales. Didn't fare so well in this match. Fine young player. There's the score. 2 for 95. And stand by now for National 9 News with Rob Kelvin, Georgina Thomas and Kim Dillon.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports. Coverage of the Sheffield Shield cricket telecasts are brought to you by West End Draft, Bank SA and Mile End Office Furniture. Tonight, right after pot of gold, taking a little more comedy with Wings and the John Larroquette Show, then the Gremlins are back with a new batch in Gremlins 2.